and all that.
Listening to tonight's drive time selection. I'm Dermot O'Malley and I'm here until 8 o'clock.
Long delays northbound on the A1 at the Bradfield interchange. Let's go straight to Priscilla in the helicopter.
Yes, hello, Harry. At least 2 miles of tailback now. The heavy lorry is shifting. Harry, now.
To the crowd, get loud, wow. My whole style since the child been.
Of those who survived now get only a fraction.
On time.
Three counties in the lead. I kept.
Steady, man.
Passengers on Minerva 513 to Όπου, and flight introductions to departure to Bordeaux, airport to
It's here somewhere. Oh, sorry.
Oh, this is you. Killer Instinct by Dr. Tony Hill. Sounds good. Thank you. Oh, and I'll need some identification, please, Dr. Hill.
You got your recorder? Bells on?
Could I borrow your fingernails? I tend to eat mine.
I'm sure if you asked, they'd give you another one.
Thank you. You American?
Canadian. On my way back home, Vancouver. Been tracing ancestors. You're traveling on business?
Yes. I'm on a book tour. I'm promoting a book.
You're a novelist? What's your book called?
I'm a clinical psychologist. It's called Killer Instinct. It's their title, it's not mine. A study of past cases.
Oh my God. So, can you tell what's going on in my mind?
Did you torture animals as a child?
No.
Then I'm not much use to you.
On the day in question, Kenneth Gray left home at 7:20, arriving for work at 8. At 10:30 a.m., 54-year-old Mr. Gray left the DIY superstore and went out to get coffee for some of his colleagues.
I wonder how many of them had sugar.
He never returned and hasn't been seen since.
Detective Superintendent, we know all this. We've all been given these details exactly the way you've been describing them for the last half an hour. Now, are you going to add to them? Or have you brought us all here to York for a case review just to read to us? 2 months have passed. Kenneth Gray, a man on the sex offenders register, has still not been traced. What's been done to find him? Why did it take your officers here in York 3 days To log him as officially missing? You know, where does his daughter live? Has he absconded and gone to live with her? You know, if we started asking better questions, we might get more meaningful answers.
I was hoping to come on to all of that later this morning.
Very nice to meet you, Patricia.
I put my email on there, too. You take care. Killer instinct.
It's good to meet you at last. Everyone at the publishers is very excited, Dr. Hill.
Oh, good.
A radio interview today and then a couple of press tomorrow.
And that's it? I thought there'd be more.
It's a textbook, Dr. Hill, not Harry Potter. Under the circumstances, 3 interviews is amazing. If we'd gone with your title, I doubt we'd even have one.
They've made mistakes, Carol. That's why we're here. They don't need their noses rubbed in it.
So we have to skirt around the issues for their benefit.
Outbursts don't help. Kenneth Gray is still missing.
Yeah, still a danger to children.
DS Wintermer, I wondered if you'd like me to take you through a more detailed record of the investigation.
Yeah, sure.
Where are you staying? In case I have to bring around some of the files.
You'll find most of us are at the New Park Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Well, predatory killers aren't always like that. You know, if something isn't right about a chosen victim, they can turn away and choose someone else.
Fascinating stuff. We have the travel and the weather coming up. So, Tony, in a sentence, why do people kill?
In a sentence?
Just try to be a little more jolly.
Since when has the killing of one human being by another ever been jolly?
Detective Chief Inspector Jordan, please. DS Winter, she's expecting me.
I'm sorry, Miss Jordan checked out 2 hours ago.
Sorry to pull you away.
I thought I was wasting my time, even agreed. What have we got?
Marion Rees, aged 36, divorced, mother of 2, discovered just after 4 o'clock.
Not by the children.
No, neighbour. Vernon estimates time of death to be around 1 o'clock. From what we can tell, the initial attack took place just inside the door. There's no sign of a break-in, so she must have answered the door to her attacker.
Red Ford Fiesta, a plumber's van and a dark blue Vauxhall Cavalier were all seen parked up nearby most of the afternoon. She worked part-time for a local solicitor's and today was a day off.
Where was she found?
This way, in the kitchen. Battered to death with a steam iron. Her hands tied behind her back with flex from the vacuum cleaner. Her body had been covered with an ironing board which had footprints on it. Looks like they stood on it whilst it was on her.
Death was by blunt trauma to the head. 3 cracked ribs, commensurate with being jumped on. No traces of semen, so she wasn't raped. She had the onset of secondary cancer in her liver. Probably only a few months left to live.
Does doing what you do ever get you down?
It's not a happy job. It's not something Mrs. Vernon and I chat about over dinner. But I hope what I do provides answers for the families. It's not as if we can bring them back, can we?
He's just not answering his phone.
This one, madam?
Thanks for rescuing me, Carol.
All part of the service.
Sorry, it's publisher. What is it you want me to look at?
Scene of crime photos, murder. Something odd about it.
Good. Victim?
A woman, 36 years old.
And where were these?
Living room carpet.
And what was in the fridge?
Usual stuff, nothing important. My feeling is we have a deliberate choice of domestic implements.
Couldn't they just have been lying around?
No. From what we understand of her, she always put stuff away. No washing out, no ironing piles. Whoever did this got those things out specifically.
So a comment on her as a mother or a wife? Ex-husband?
Pulled him in this morning.
How was the divorce? Acrimonious?
He had an affair with a much younger woman. Seems most of the anger was on Marion's side.
What about custody or access to the children? Did she make it difficult?
All appears fairly adult. She was dying of cancer. He was going to have the kids. He does have a previous conviction for assault.
On her?
No. Another girlfriend when he was much younger. He couldn't handle being dumped.
And Marion was raped?
No.
Interesting.
Why? Should she have been?
No, but it would help explain the level of violence against her. Was anything taken? Television, DVD?
Handbag was trashed, otherwise no.
So it's a blitz attack, anger and defiance with low-level robbery. I mean, the husband could have done it and made her look like something else.
We're also looking at handyman she may have owed money to.
Good.
Am I keeping you from something?
No, nothing.
Then why don't you reply?
I'm in hiding.
Look, my feeling is that the killer was known to Marion.
Well, on the surface, that's a very natural conclusion.
Yeah, but I want to know if I've missed anything. Thanks for the book. Hate the title, by the way.
Yeah, so do I. Oh, go away.
Tom?
When can I go home and be with my children?
A few more questions about the breakup of your marriage. Still don't want to see a solicitor?
Nothing to hide.
Not raped. Then what have we got?
When did you last see your ex-wife?
Sunday night, 6:30.
How was she?
Okay, I think.
What did you talk about?
Nothing. There wasn't anything to talk about. After a divorce, there's not much left to say.
And, how old is your new girlfriend, Sarah?
22.
That's quite an age gap.
Is it? We don't notice.
How does she get on with Marion?
Do you put things on the fridge, Kevin?
Oh, my girlfriend does.
Yeah, it's somewhere you won't forget. Somewhere you won't fail to notice. It's maximum impact. Yeah, but why these words? Why not slag, slut, whore, bitch, die? No, it's Screw you. Screw who? Screw her? Or screw us?
Jeffries. Why? The neighbour thinks there might have been a dark blue Vauxhall Cavalier on the street last night.
Are they sure?
Seems to know his cars.
Go back, see if there was anything distinctive about it. There must be about 3 million blue Cavaliers out there. Joseph Paul, Hungarian Jew who fled to this country as a boy during the war, 78 years old.
Any similarities to Marion Reese?
I'll let you decide. Oh, for goodness sake, Tony, will you turn that bloody thing off?
He's lost around 27 degrees, which at a rate of around 1.5 an hour means he's been dead about 18 hours.
Ties in again with the sighting of the car. How did you die?
I'm about to find out. "24 of them. Looks like needle marks, but there was some blood on an old-school compass in the bedroom."
Before or after death?
Before. There's a certain amount of congealing. The body had tried to heal itself, futile in the circumstances. He's been strangled, face to face, manually, through the bag.
Same killer?
There are some similarities, but, well, the mode of death is so different. When you're killing someone, you don't have time to experiment. You find what works and you stick with it.
So, in your view, they're not linked? The same type of car was just a coincidence?
Well, Marion Reese was more delayed blitz attack. His is more your usual sadist. It's slow, it's deliberate, and it's done for fun. But psychologically, the signature in each case is torture.
You had a couple of phone calls?
Me?
Yeah, some woman from your publisher's trying to track you down. I said you'd call her back.
Ah, right, yeah.
Then do it. Poor woman's worn her thumbs out texting you.
And some American woman?
Who?
She wouldn't say. She said she'd get you at home.
I don't know any American woman.
Tony, this is a police station, not your personal message service.
Gov, Tom Reese wants to see a solicitor.
Does he? See if you can find any connection between him and Joseph Paul. Tony, if it was Tom Reese who killed Marion, could he kill again?
Man kills his ex-wife in a jealous rage. If he's going to kill anyone else, he'd do it then and there, not days or weeks later.
OK. When his lawyer arrives, let him go. I don't want to waste holding time without evidence, but keep digging. So what previous convictions should I bear in mind? Sex offences?
Only those that involve assault and imprisonment. Oh, and Joseph Paul's killer will have tortured animals as a child. Oh, the American woman. She wasn't Canadian, was she?
Dunno.
I didn't see you.
You have 12 messages.
Tony, it's Fiona from the publishers. Can you call me? Hi, it's Fiona. Look, where have you gone? I had interviews like...
Hi, Tony. It's Patricia. I bought your book, and I so want to talk to you about it.
How did you get my number?
Me again. I tried you at the police station, but I thought it best not to involve third parties. Your book is just, well, I'll tell you when I see you. It looked impossible, but I've rescheduled things, so I'm coming back up to Bradfield. I'll call you when I get there.
What?
Tony, Fiona, okay, you win. You don't want to do interviews.
Lab reports. They found urine on the living room carpets in both houses. They're testing it now.
On both?
Well, it's hardly surprising. Someone comes at me with a bread knife, I'd think I'd lose control over my bladder. But there's something else. The blood written all over the fridge.
It isn't Marion's?
No, it's someone else's.
First thing in the morning, I want a sample taken from Tom Rees.
Oh, hi. Is that Patricia?
Tony, I've been calling.
Yes, I know. How did you get my number?
You gave it to me.
I know, I didn't think I did.
Anytime I was in Bradfield, you said, which is so sweet of you.
Dinner?
It's in your name. Is 8:30 okay? Let me know.
Patricia, I'm not sure what you think is going on here.
Marion Rees was blood group O. The writing on the fridge was A. Rees's negative. I'm having it DNA profiled.
Well, not her blood. That's unusual, given the rage of the attack.
So whose is it then? The killer's? Did they bring it with them?
Well, if they brought blood with them, that requires organisation. You know, you bleed a victim, you store it, knowing you're going to use it. Well, if that's the case, why'd you ransack the living rooms? See, they would be slower, more methodical. So now, it's definitely the killer's blood. Find anything else?
Only urine.
Both houses?
Yep.
Where?
Living rooms. We're having the urine DNA tested, but there's very little chance.
And where was it exactly? Was it on something specific, or was it sprayed around the room?
Whoever it was pissed themselves. Isn't that enough?
Well, no. What if it belongs to the killer? When you're looking for a link?
Tony, urine doesn't give me a link. It's found at virtually every robbery or break-in.
Yeah, but here it's murder. I mean, same killer or not, the fact that they urinated tells us something about them. You know, either it was a conscious act of defilement, or they wet themselves out of fear.
We've taken samples from Tom Rees and his girlfriend. I also got a statement about her movements. Her alibi is that she was with Tom.
What's she like?
Young, sweet, every married woman's nightmare. Forensic asked me to give you this. It's the boot print from the Treadman range of work boots, size 10. Apparently the sole shows hardly anywhere, so we're looking at a recent purchase. I'm on to all the local outlets.
Good. How's the DNA search on the blood, and can you hurry them up on the urine?
That'll be at least 48 hours.
2 days. I can get my dry cleaning done quicker than that.
And that's the fast-track service. Oh, and Eden said he wants to see you.
Great. No doubt I'm over budget.
Can it be the same person? And how? Where's the report that says where they urinated?
Carol's office.
Oh, hi. I was wondering if I could order some flowers.
I've got something.
After the conversation I've just had with Eden, I could almost hug you.
Right. This is Marion Reese leaving the Hillside shopping mall and going to a car. This is a car leaving the car park, and wait for it. Car is registered to a Stuart John Davy.
Kevin Jeffries, you're a genius.
But he reported it stolen from the Mountfield Pay and Display car park on the morning of the murder.
Is it genuine?
Yeah.
Circulate the number plate. We need to find that car. This is my office, Tony. It's got my name on the door.
I'm sorry, I was just looking for the description of the urine site.
It was a puddle in both cases.
A puddle?
Yeah, very likely both victims wet themselves. It happens.
Not necessarily. I rang the lab. They've done a provisional test for DNA on both the urine samples. There's no DNA in either.
Okay, as we expected.
No, you're missing the point.
How? DNA's hardly ever present in urine.
No, but it is if you've got cancer.
So it wasn't the victims?
So her killer did piss on the floor.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, they battered a woman to death. They threw an ironing board on her. They jumped on it. They wrote blood on the fridge. I mean, does that sound like a person who'd pee in a puddle on the floor? I mean, this person's celebrating what they're doing. They'd spray it everywhere, over everything. You know, screw you, screw you.
Could I have a word?
Yeah, sure.
I just had a call. A lad went missing last night. They've just found his body off the Old York Road.
What does it give? Kenneth Gray disappeared 2 months ago. I just wanted to know if you thought this was his type of crime.
Well, look at Kenneth Gray's crimes. An abuse of children in his care. Now, he was a teacher, special needs school, position of trust. He did it because he could get away with it. It's a huge leap for him to become abductor-murderer. No, not him. Oh, unless... Did he try and cover the body in any way?
Tony, there's something we haven't told you. I should sit. You've seen dismembered bodies before?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, doesn't it affect you?
You know it does.
Oh, sorry, Carol.
Don't be. At least it shows you're human. Is there a motive here, or is this just plain sick?
Even the sickest crimes have motives. The choice of this young victim would usually indicate sexual interference, but definitely not Kenneth Gray.
More likely one of ours. These murders have to be linked, Tony. This level of depravity can't just be coincidence.
Well, logically, yes, but we've got different psychologies at work with the choice of victims, the methods. Also, there's no refinement. There's no learning or adjustment of technique.
How can somewhere so beautiful be the scene of such horror?
I found this. It's next to a tree stump just over there.
Where exactly?
What is it, a whistle? Get forensics to check the area for fibres.
You got a bag here? You ever make these as a child? Someone spent time here.
Anyone could have done that. They could have been here for days.
Well, no, the moment you break the leaf, it exposes the chlorophyll. Starts to decay. And that was done recently.
But how could they do that here, having done what they did over there?
You can't. It's a confusion between the psychotic and psychopathic. You fall on one side or the other. You can't fall on both. Well, maybe that's part of the answer. Here we all are trying to reconcile something in each of these cases that is irreconcilable. Well, maybe that is what reconciles it. That is what puts it together. The irreconcilable is present at all three cases. Gives us a link.
They found a Vauxhall, matched up the chassis numbers. It's on our way back to the station.
I suppose it was too much to hope they'd leave it in one piece.
Over here.
What's so special about it?
It belonged to Marion Reese's children.
Years old, Carol. 15! What am I going to tell his parents?
The hell am I going to tell the press?
I'm going to tell every other parent in this city.
We do have reason to believe these killings are linked.
Oh, do you? When I give you fair warning, Carol, if you're not up to this investigation, I'll have no hesitation in finding another officer who is. Then we'll see how you like it, having someone else crawl all over your mistakes.
let's go and run, Pop.
The scene of crime, it's there. You have to know what you're looking for, but it's there.
Tony, slow down. What's there?
The killer's personality. It is the same killer.
You sure?
I think so. Lured. Abducted. Dismembered. I know I thought it couldn't be, and I don't know why. They're killing in different ways, but... yeah, I'm sure. It's in their personality. On one hand, you've got torture, dismemberment, sexual sadism, and psychopathy, whilst on the other, you've got a stick whistle, leaf squares, a book on dinosaurs, you've got building bricks, we've got blood-stained fridge magnets, and puddles of urine. That's what we've been fighting. A quintessential dichotomy. They're not compatible. Torture, leaf squares, sexual sadism, a book on dinosaurs.
Someone with schizophrenia?
Well, it's possible in most personality disorders, but that's not what we've got here. If we did, confusion in their own personality would show itself in what they did with the victims' bodies.
So what have we got here, then?
Two people. There's two personalities. One doing the killing, and the other waiting in a room or nearby, on a tree stump. Still don't know why they're killing in one way, then the other, but... yeah, this all fits. It's a couple.
Hi, I understand you stock the Treadman range of work boots. Is that right? Sorry, Bradfield CID.
I'll get the manageress.
Pairs of killers have one of two relationships. Equal, where everything is shared. You know, the search, the capture, the murder, the trophy phase, even the depression cycle afterwards. The other is what I believe we have here. An unequal partnership. One dominant and one submissive. It's called a folie à deux. It's where two people come together and one transfers his or her delusions onto the other, and gradually they become one person with one purpose. You know, something similar happens in normal love affairs. The Washington sniper killing's a perfect example. Brady and Hindley, perhaps Rosemary and Fred West, but the jury thought otherwise.
So what do we have? Man and a woman or two men?
I don't know, Kevin. But what I do know is that whilst one of our pair is torturing and killing, the other is wetting themselves in fear, or playing in the living room next door, or nearby on a tree stump.
Are you suggesting that one of our killers is a child?
Emotionally, yes. I'd say the submissive partner has a mental age of 12. In pairs, the submissive will always try and please the dominant. And as for the dominant, they'll always have someone that will do as they say. Someone who won't question them.
So they both get something out of it?
Yeah. Well, like everyone else, we all need someone to rely on. But these relationships, they're doomed to fail.
Why? Because one doesn't understand the need of the other?
Because as the dominant escalates his or her behavior, it increases the guilt felt by the submissive, and a gap opens up between them.
What sort of gap?
Well, one person happy with the way things are going, and the other becoming more disillusioned.
Sounds like a marriage.
Yeah, the trouble is, the more the gap widens between them, the more at risk the submissive is.
So the dominant could kill the submissive?
Oh, yeah.
We got the blood grouping back on Tom Reese and his girlfriend. It's definitely not their blood on the fridge door.
Whose is it then?
you going?
Back to the flat.
Wrong side of the road for that. Flat that side.
Wasn't thinking.
Better.
Hey, Tony, does it ever bother you that we only ever talk about work?
I'm not the world's greatest at chit-chat, Carol.
No, neither am I. Night, Tony.
Good night, Carol.
Hi, Harry.
Yeah.
It's Carol Jordan.
Oh, hi.
I was just going through the Kenneth Gray case review and I had a few questions for you.
Okay.
I also needed to hear a friendly voice.
Patricia?
Tony, thank you so much for the flowers.
Flowers?
They are so beautiful. They must have cost a fortune.
They probably did.
Tony, I know how hard it is for you to say anything in public. And that's why it is just so sweet you found this way to express yourself. I want to say, I know how you feel about me, and it's okay. I feel it too.
And how do we feel?
When are you coming up to York again?
We've got a lot on at the moment.
I think it would be really good if we met.
Well, I did come over, but you weren't there. I worry about you. You work too hard.
That's what I do.
How about dinner? I'll come over.
No, I'll come to you. Remind me where you're staying at again?
That'd be good to see you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Tony.
Yeah. Good night.
Want a beer?
And how are you this morning?
I'm good. And you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Urine sample results back from Marion Reese and Joseph Paul both had traces of marijuana and speed, but no estrogen present at all.
No estrogen?
Nope.
That makes the submissive partner male. The dominant male or female? That's the big question.
No prints on the dinosaur book. Rain destroyed them.
The domination bases itself on low self-esteem. You know, those who dominate others do so through their own weakness and vulnerability. You know, new monkeys in a troop don't get beaten up by the alpha male, but by the lowest ranking ones. You know, at last, he is something we can dominate.
So that's why they nick windscreen wipers at the safari park. Mental age of 12. Is there anything here that tells us how old they really are?
Well, that's what's so confusing. We have three completely different MOs. See, the person who killed Marion Reese should be 26, 27. Sexual psychopath with sexual dysfunctions. Dominant here could be male or female.
And the person who killed Joseph Paul would be older, wouldn't they, because of what they did to him?
No, younger. When an elderly person is the victim, you start with a base age of 19. See, kids are like monkeys. They're taken out in the old and the weak because they can. And again, the dominant here could be male or female. But Andy Parks was killed and dismembered by a man in his 30s who was attracted to late pubescent boys. 3 different murders by the same people with completely different psychological profiles and fantasies. It can't happen. But it did.
So, the fantasy isn't performing its function, is it?
Well, you know, tying her up didn't do it for me, so let's try the bin bag. No, that's not working either. Let's dismember the body. But all the time it's changing. See, it's change.
Maybe, for some reason, each victim has to be killed in a different way.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the ritual. Each one in a different way is the fantasy. So, which of these pairs is it?
How do 2 people go through that?
Well, like all relationships, Carol, strength from adversity. You know, we've spent a long time together. Been at school together, in prison together, in bed together. And if we are lovers, the relationship will be abusive.
And what about that gap? Has it opened up between us?
Well, if it hasn't, it's only a matter of time before it does.
One moment. Sorry, Dr. Hill.
Oh, for God's sake, not now.
It's a woman who says she's your wife.
Hello. Of course I won't forget.
What was it? Wedding chapel in Vegas?
It's the Clarenberg syndrome. It's monodelusional primary erotomania.
Tell me whether you're married or not. It's got nothing to do with me.
This woman, she thinks she's having a relationship with me.
Yeah, I'm sure she does, yeah.
Look, I met her once, and if I deny it or marginalise her, she is prone to violent or dangerous behaviour. Trust me, Carol, this woman, she's capable of anything.
Tony, why is nothing ever simple with you? Carol Jordan.
I just thought you'd like to know. The sea just washed up the body of Kenneth Gray.
How did he die?
That poor guy was shot.
But only after he was hideously tortured.
He's been found on the beach further up the coast. He went missing in York. Andy Parks was found here, off the Old York Road. Killers operate in locations they know.
Sir, good to see you again.
Hi, this is Dr. Tony Hill.
DS Harry Windsor.
We think he's been in the water the whole 2 months he's been missing. He was probably dead before anyone noticed he'd gone. What's your interest in him?
We have certain cases that share some similarities.
Hands tied behind his back. It's like an executioner.
Single bullet to the head.
Killed for what he'd done, or a random victim?
Don't know, but if you are seeking revenge on him, why'd you go on and kill Marion Reese, Joseph Paul, and Andy Parks? What have they done to you?
Any idea where the killing took place?
None.
You said he'd been tortured.
These marks on his body. Our pathologist believes he was pelted with rocks before he died.
Harry, your wife's on the phone.
You think they're connected?
The signature level of torture is the same. There's a complete change in method, could be. And if it is, it predates the killings. The discovery of Andy Park's body gives us a corridor of them operating between the sea and Bradfield. But Kenneth Gray's history as a sex offender clouds the issue. There is one thing. I've seen this before. I don't know where, I don't know how, but I've seen this. I just know I've seen it.
Where? Previous case, one of your patients?
Don't know.
Carol. I can explain.
Carol mentioned a gap might have opened up between the two killers.
Yes, but as the dominant gets more out of control, the submissive can feel some sort of guilt.
Then we need to exploit that. We need to make a direct appeal to the submissive partner.
If you put pressure on this relationship, anything can happen. The only guarantee I'll give is that the dominant will kill the submissive.
Well, my duty is to protect the public from them, not them from each other.
Well, then you'll fail in that duty, because what happens after that is beyond anyone's control.
Ready?
It was my fault, I'm sorry.
Tony Hill.
I waited. You never came.
Patricia? Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Tony, there's no point pretending I know why you didn't come. All you're doing is protecting the people who are hurting you, Tony. They're not worth it.
Patricia, you need help.
We all need help, Tony. I'm trying to help you.
I just think you should talk to someone. Now, I know people. I'll come with you.
She's told you to say this, hasn't she?
Who?
That woman. That who you were with?
No.
Don't lie to me, Tony. I saw you together.
Carol.
Carol?
Oh, thank God.
Thank you, David. All right.
Yeah, I expected her to kill you, Cat. Well, destroy something you care about.
You hid under my bed. Have you ever had a pet?
Hmm?
Not even as a child? So, apart from your parents, you've never loved another living thing?
I've been close.
How close? When?
Carol?
Why can't you answer? It's a simple question. Are you ashamed?
You. You. Yeah, it's you. did it.
I'm really not in the mood for a film.
You want to join? I need an electricity bill, your council tax.
Your husband all right?
I'm going back to my flat.
Well, no, stay. Do you remember a scene in something where some guy's taken down to a beach, he has his hands tied, had rocks thrown at him? I think the guy in the window's in it.
And then shot through the head. Fall injustice.
Fall injustice.
Were you saying you think Kenneth Gray was killed in the same way as the man in that film?
And you had seen it?
It was on telly a few months back.
A few months? That'd be about right.
Could it be 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months. I watched it. It was all right.
What about an old guy with a bin bag over his head and torso and strangled?
Motor City Murder.
That's why the way they killed was so different. They were committing other people's murders. Makes sense.
Well, it might make sense, Tony, but we've only got some bloke in a video shop's word for it. I mean, how do we know that Joseph Paul's murder was a scene from some Detroit cop show on cable? How do we know that Andy Parks was killed in the same way as some teen slasher movie?
Well, we go to a movie database and we type in the keywords of each of the murders.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, what they're doing is recreating the deaths. How old are they? Video literate, they don't have the maturity or the sophistication to think for themselves. So base age of 19, add on 2 years of organisation and planning.
Both 21.
The dominant definitely around that, the submissive maybe younger.
And the dominant is male.
Well, dominant young females are often obsessive. It's likely she'd want the scene carried out exactly. Also, a female dominant with a male submissive would choose women as victims.
So it's a male-male partnership.
And why wasn't Marion Reese raped? You know, they could have gone a step further. Why all this rage? Why all this anger?
Wake up, please.
Rage and anger. This is them, two men, 19 to 21 years old. Sexually confused. I would go as far as to say that this is a repressed homosexual relationship. That's why Marion Reese wasn't raped. The anger is the repression. They feel the need for this relationship. Submissive doesn't know why. And the dominant is fighting a feeling that he thinks is wrong. This is wrong. The love for another man. Who did Kenneth Gray abuse? You need to get a list of his victims.
Could it be revenge?
No. It could be revulsion.
Let's go and get you out of here. What's wrong?
Who said you could get out of bed? I told you before. You don't speak to her.
Okay, let's concentrate on known offenders between 19 and 21. Have we heard back from North East Yorkshire yet on any of Gray's victims?
Not yet.
Can you get onto them, please?
I've checked out that TV angle on the murders, and Tony was right. 3 of them are killings shown on programmes the night or 2 nights before.
3? What about Marion Reese's death?
No, we haven't found anything yet.
Oh, I have. It was a kids' cartoon channel.
Cartoon?
What's the matter?
What, a cartoon? It's an odd choice.
What's odd about it? You show violence on TV, it promotes violence.
Oh, yeah? Which shows did Jack the Ripper watch? Did Christie have cable? No. The desire to act in the way killers do is already within them. We breed them, society, not television. And if it wasn't television in this case, it would be something else. Be brown hair, blue eyes.
Why did you say it was an odd choice?
Because all fantasies start life as reality and then it gets twisted. A cartoon does not fit. What time did you say they were on?
9 o'clock.
What about the others, Kevin?
9 o'clock, all of them.
So how do you eroticise cartoon violence?
By doing it.
Yeah, but why choose it in the first place? Because it fits the preordained fantasy. Let's sit down and watch telly and kill in the first way we see after 9 o'clock.
Why 9 o'clock?
I don't know. But it means something to these 2 men.
I don't understand. What do you mean you stole some boots?
2 pairs 3 weeks ago. You remember the police came and asked if we sold them?
You'd better leave.
Aren't you going to call the police?
I don't think there's much point in that, do you? Just get your things and go.
No, I want you to tell the police. Tell them I stole the boots. Ring them.
Just go!
We need a Stanley knife.
If we know what they're up to, do we know what they might attempt next?
You obviously don't have satellite or cable, sir. Up to 200 channels.
I want you to make that appeal, Carol.
Dr. Hill's already advised you.
We are running this inquiry. Now, as 9 o'clock seems so important to them, that's when we broadcast. My decision is made.
Then I want no part in it.
If anybody has any information as to the identity of those who are carrying out these horrific murders, I would urge you to come forward before any more lives are lost. Even if, against your wishes, you have in some way been implicated in these crimes, now is the time to say enough is enough.
It isn't good for you to watch too much television. Let's go. It's 9 o'clock. And it's not a good idea for you to start having your own ideas.
What's up?
Okay. Thanks. Damn. They've been through all of Gray's victims. They've all committed offences.
Well, abuse a child, you destroy their life.
None of them fit the profile.
Oh, they must do.
Well, they don't. Why don't we just admit it? You've been wrong. I've been wrong.
No. The age of the offenders, the selection of Kenneth Gray, the drive of the crime, the gap between his murder and the other offences. It's connected to him. I know it, Carol.
Okay. What if Gray's victims never came forward? They kept the secret.
And who's more likely? 11 years old, interfered with, already emotionally retarded, the submissive. Yeah, you're right. Who says he admitted being a victim?
Can we go now?
What's the hurry?
Just want to go. Don't like it round here.
There's nothing round here that can harm us. And this guy ain't going anywhere. Look at him.
Michael, I just want to go home.
like this anymore.
Where's Mac?
He decided he wouldn't be part of it. His choice. What are you looking at? What? Is that better? Can you see okay now? What's this?
What is it?
Something I videotaped earlier.
This one's the owner of the car.
Who's this bloke then?
Well, according to a video card in his wallet, his name is Paul McMillan. Car driver's girlfriend has never heard of him.
The submissive?
The dominant has crossed the line.
Smile. Here we flown.
There's something in the way she was so insistent. I'm sure it's nothing I shouldn't have called you.
Do you have her full name and address?
Yes.
Paul McMillan is on the list of ex-pupils from Kenneth Gray's school. He's got a string of antisocial and violent offences. No known associate, but he spent time at the York Young Offenders Institute where he was on the Learning Disability Programme.
It is him. He is a submissive.
And according to his medical records, his blood group is A rhesus negative. It's the same type that was written all over Marion Reese's fridge.
His partner made him write in his own blood.
And guess what happens at the York Young Offenders Institute every night at 9? Lock-in.
The time they could sit and fantasise.
Find out who he shared a room with, who he was closest to. Have we found an address on that video card yet?
Leah, are you in there?
Bogus address. They've never heard of him. Damn.
Never raped a woman before.
Bradfield CID, could I have a word? I don't know if it's anything,
But the girl who admitted to stealing the Treadman boots, she lives with 2 guys in their early 20s.
Any evidence she's being abused?
Her boss said she often came in with bruises, and a neighbour said it sounds like she's taking a beating.
What's she got to do with it? I thought we had our pair. You said it was 2 males.
It is. She's the dominant's girlfriend. It's classic repression. If I'm right, then he's probably going to escalate his abuse of her by involving her.
Is she in danger?
Oh, yeah. And she knows it. That's why she admitted to stealing the shoes. She wants someone to help her escape.
Tie her to the tree.
That's Leah.
Who's that bloke then?
I'm sorry.
Get this place sealed off.
We've got a name. Michael James Dawson.
Light the fire. We need to sterilize the instruments.
Just had a report of a male and female in their early 20s abducting a woman at knife point, driving a green Audi with an L-Reg.
Okay, circulate the description. High priority. No attempt to apprehend. This man is extremely dangerous. Repeat, extremely dangerous. Where will he have taken her?
We've got him. Michael James Dawson, age 20, convictions for GB8, AB8, wounding and abducting a 16-year-old boy. Dawson and Macmillan shared a cell together at York for 6 months. Macmillan came out 4 months ago. Dawson came out the day before Kenneth Gray disappeared.
Heat them in the flames.
Leah and the other woman could already be dead.
Well, not necessarily. Torture's a ritual. It takes time.
I don't know what's worse. Where will he have taken them?
Well, the video's set in the wood. He's using the corridor between Bradfield, York and the sea. When he took Andy and Kenneth Gray, that's the road he went out on.
This is DCI Jordan. Request all units on the Bradfield to York Road. I want a check of all wooded areas.
You do it. Do it for me.
He's going to kill Leah as well, isn't he?
I think so.
Do it for me.
Control room, this is Mike Sierra 15.
Control here. Can't match your description cited at Pennybank Woods.
That's too far. What units are present? Over.
2 dog handlers. Nearest of the units are 5 miles away.
If we don't act, Carol, they die.
How? How do we act? I send them in. Dawson's alerted. He kills the woman and Leah. I hold back. He kills the woman and Leah.
And we have to rely on Leah.
Leah?
She wants a way out of that relationship. We have to give it to her. They have to go in without alarming him. Can I talk to them?
Want me to help you?
Please don't make me do this.
It's really very easy.
Okay, when you're ready.
What? Who the hell do they belong to?
Is he dead?
Don't know. By the way, it's over, Leo. It's over.
He killed Paul, didn't he? And those other people, the ones on the news.
Yes, he did.
Good work, Carol.
Thank you, sir. Dawson's out of danger.
So now she's just got the long sentence of adjusting to life without abuse.
What?
Nothing. I was just thinking. We work well together. Carol?
Don't forget to wash your hands. Oh, and I found you the most wonderful tie today.
Yeah, the Cognitive Behavioral Therapy Department, please? It's Dr. Hill. I've got someone here Dr. Franklin would be very interested to meet. Tell him to call me back in half an hour. Thank you.
For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful.
Amen.